Good evening. Happy Wednesday, guys. Happy Wednesday, guys. You walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. It is Panel Wednesday. I King Jordan. What's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it?
I feel positive today.
Hey, feeling good, feeling great over here. I can't complain, man. It's a good day. It's rainy over here, but hey, man, every day is a good day. So let's go.
Yeah, it
Let's
is.
get it.
It is a beautiful day too. Earlier this morning, it was like kind of cold down here in Miami. It was crazy. I was like, man, why is it cold in Miami? It's supposed to be sunny, but you know how it is. Miami weather never change. There's always something new. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, and also Rumble. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And also X, you know we can't forget you guys as well. We gotta love the guys, man. We gotta love the guys. That being said, going on to the different variety of topics right now. Sports. Jordan, what's going on in the sports world?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about the NFL. So the NFL free agency is still on the way. You know, teams are still signing players, but everybody's still waiting for Aaron Rodgers. A word, he's gonna go. So today, he was officially released from the New York Jets, and they said there's been three teams has been looking his way. Really kind of two is really the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Giants, and then some people are saying the Minnesota Vikings too. But we're gonna talk about which team he might go. He might make the decision today or tomorrow. That was our rumors are reporting. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Two realistic landing spots for quarterback Aaron Rodgers, but I'd say it's clear that one destination is better than the other. So starting with the obvious team that's been linked to Rodgers, it's the New York Giants, right? He won't have to move houses, he's been in the MetLife environment, and the Giants could use a veteran under center to help groom the young QB they select in the draft. But I'm telling you, while this has a very strong possibility of happening, the Giants is far from ideal. I think that the type of offense Brian Dable wants to run does not fit Rodgers' arsenal at 41 years old. Plus, at this point in his career, New York does not have the weapons to make him highly productive. So who is the better fit for Rodgers? It's the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, Aaron should take the same path as Brett Favre and retire in Minnesota. While his mobility isn't what it once was, Aaron's arm strength and accuracy was still elite in New York, so I'm thinking pairing him with Jefferson and Addison would be a huge win. Plus, it's looking to me like the Vikings are going to part ways with Sam Darnold, as they're looking for a quarterback for only a year, maybe two, as they prepare to take JJ McCarthy under center. Teams like the Steelers and the Seahawks are out of the picture in my opinion, so yes, I believe we're going to see Aaron Rodgers back in New York or travel up to Minnesota this offseason. There are only two realistic land.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about it. So go ahead, Ronnie. Which team you think Aaron Rodgers will go?
Aaron Rodgers probably might go to the Giants. Nobody else wants him. He's a old. He's. I'm sorry to say, but Aaron Rodgers washed up, man. Like I don't see him going to any other team besides the Giants because right now they desperately need a quarterback, and I think he probably could fit them as well because I just getting ready to retire. I don't see no other team trying to get him. You had Seattle Seahawks guy Sam Donald, so because Sam Donald did a well performing job last season, but Aaron Rodgers terrible performance, so I don't see him going nowhere but the Giants. Go right ahead, Hakeem. Your commentary.
I've been very strong and consistent about Aaron Rodgers. I like him as a person. I like how he has a relationship. You know what I mean? He has football like you. It's just not what it used to be. You feel what I'm trying to say? Like his mobility's not the same. Arm and accuracy is still there, but still, I think that if you're not going to build the team around him to make him efficient, it's just best for him to retire.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was hearing rumors that Russell Wilson, he might go for the Cleveland quarterback because Deshaun Watson, he's out because of injury. So it looks like pretty thin that he might be the Giants or the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm leaning towards the Pittsburgh Steelers because they just got DJ Metcalf, and Pittsburgh Steelers they already tried with Russell Wilson. I think they try to try something new with Aaron Rodgers and everything, but hopefully today or tomorrow he'll pick, but I think it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers. But how can I with you? I think he should retire. It's over with. If all these teams are not trying to pick at you because you got 4 MVPs, but last year wasn't showing it. You should retire, man. So that's my thoughts on him. Aaron Rodgers, you should retire.
Yep, we should retire indeed, because man, Rogers is washed up, man. Not only that, but shout out to Hassan that's also in the building, man. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the people that's watching us right now in the clouds, on your way home or on your way out to a special event. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really do greatly appreciate it. Money. Yes, they say when you rub your hands, I mean money's coming your way. Money. What's going on with the money, Big Dog? Jordan, what's going on?
It looks like money is not looking good between America and Canada because, since Trump doubled down with the tariffs, Ontario, our primary, he is talk about cutting the U.S. electricity off, if it's necessary. So with Trump's tariffs, with Canada and everything, Canada is not backing down about, hey, y'all gonna do this, we gonna do this. And, with this tariffs and everything, raising to 20%, it's definitely caused a lot of problems, for us as Americans and also the Canadians about, with Trump's tariffs, how can we come to a conclusion? Other than that, Hakeem, go ahead and play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Doug Ford, the premier of Canada's most populous territory, Ontario. And Premier Ford, as we mentioned, President Trump is now saying he is enacting a 50% tariff on steel and aluminum from Canada, which will go into effect tomorrow in response to your actions. What's your reaction?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. I start every interview with saying we love Americans. I love Americans, spent 20 years of my life there. And I know Canadians love Americans and vice versa. In saying that, we will not back down. We will be relentless. I apologize to the American people that President Trump decided to have an unprovoked attack on our country, on families, on jobs, and it's unacceptable. Let's work together. Let's get to the table if he has issues, and let's sort this out. You see the market tumbling, consumer confidence is down, and if he continues on with this, assembly plants in Michigan will shut down, and around the country, whoever makes autos, and as well as businesses, they're going to hurt.
I'm going to play the updated one because he recently apologized.
Okay, go ahead.
More on those tariffs imposed while we were all sleeping. Good morning, Lucas.
Well, good early morning, Carly and Todd. It's official. The tariffs on all steel and aluminum products go into effect today. It's a 25% tariff or tax the Trump administration says will create more jobs at home. The European Union has announced retaliatory measures. President Trump says these tariffs are just the beginning and could increase.
They don't want to pay 25% or whatever it may be. It may go up higher, maybe go up higher. Look, the higher it goes, the more likely it is they're going to build. And ultimately, the biggest win is not the tariff. That's a big win. That's a lot of money. But the biggest win is if they move into our country and produce jobs. That's a bigger win than the tariffs themselves.
Trump's Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick will meet with Ontario Premier Doug Ford tomorrow to discuss a new trade agreement. The meeting comes after Ford apologized to the American people after suspending a 25% tax on electricity exports to the U.S. after Trump threatened additional tariffs on Canadian aluminum and steel. Here's Ford and Lutnick ahead of their meeting.
I thought this was the right decision. They understand how serious we are. We have both agreed, let cooler heads prevail. We need to sit down and move this forward.
When you're negotiating with someone and they're not paying attention and they're disagreeing, the president, who's the best deal maker ever to sit in that chair, is going to say, here's my response. And then all of a sudden, shockingly, they respond.
Now, today, President Trump will welcome Ireland's prime minister at the White House today. He's the first European leader to visit the White House since Ukraine's president visited the Oval Office. Now, the Irish government has been a fierce critic of Israel and led the International Criminal Court case against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, leading the Israeli government to close its embassy in Dublin, guys. So, Carly, maybe keep that body language expert around for this meeting in the Oval Office.
It could be very beneficial. Lucas Tomlinson live.
Yeah, so there you have it. It's going down with America and Canada with these tariffs, and still trying to figure it out. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your commentary?
Now, people gotta understand something when it comes to the aspect of these tariffs. Remember, for us to import certain goods and services from these countries like Canada, Mexico, and also China, we spend a lot of money just to have them come over here. Now, the good thing about it is that it's gonna allow to bring more jobs into America in the aspect of we're gonna start producing our own American products. So American people gonna start using it. So now we're gonna build our own steel, our own mills, and all anything we need. We now gonna get it off America's soil. So either or, Canada don't want to abide by the rules. Don't matter. United States is one of the biggest consumers in the world. People don't want to lose business when it comes to aspect of the United States because we are the biggest consumer of the world. And I think the second biggest consumer in the world, I think, is China, and also and the third, I think, is India. So um, Canada is pretty much hurting their own economy. Now, me and my coworkers had a conversation about that. Canada is pretty much hurting their own economy by them not abiding by these tariffs. So at the end of the day, the United States is gonna continue to do what it do and become great once again. Go right ahead, I can.
Brothers, y'all all spoke eloquently. Now, I want to say something. If I didn't tell nobody today, I'm going to tell you, go get Donald Trump book, The Art of the Deal. One video showed a day ago. The other video showed 13 hours where he came and he apologized and said, I'm ready to sit down and make a deal. Trump is not playing no game. He said, if you want to make a deal with us, bring your factories here. Why said it best, bring manufacturing back to America. Manufacture the cars here so Americans can get jobs and we can take care of our own. Let's get it.
Absolutely. And to me, you can start that stuff up in Michigan. Like I said, I was up there last week, and like I said, when we went to downtown, I could see the Ambassador Bridge where we America and Canada does import goods, and also they're also building another bridge, which I think is going to be released next year or year before that and everything. So, but other than that, when it comes to bringing steel back, I remember back in the 80s and 70s that especially in the Midwest, that we was very, very heavy about steelman and everything, especially in like in Indiana. At least I can remember that because did Michael Jackson's father Joe work in the steel mill in Gary, Indiana, and it was very, very huge back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s and everything. So when it comes to steel, I'm very, very grateful for that. Just bring it back into states like Michigan, states like Illinois, states like Indiana, which at the time, yeah, Indiana, which that was the time, back in the early 40, 50 years ago, if you weren't working the steel mill, it was your job waiting for you and everything. So, but Donald Trump, like I said, business savvy, like I say, 70 years old, and he know what he's doing. He's a business savvy type of man. So eventually he usually gonna get his way, and we saw that, with the I think it was the Venezuela Colombia president, where he was they want to send back the migrants, and the next day he apologized. So it might be the same thing with Canada. So
Yep. Shout out to White High. That's also in the building. We really do greatly appreciate you for being here, big dog. Yep. That would say but most of our steels, iron, and aluminum come from Canada. We have to bring stuff back here to the U.S. That's the only issue we have. We're not building manufacture here in the U.S. That's one of the biggest challenges we always face. In the 1960s, you already know, in the early 90s, early 1800s, there was a lot of major companies that was here in the U.S. They're gone. We need to bring them back. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to Abby Wody. That's also in the building. Hip hop. What's going on in the hip hop world? Go ahead, I can. You was gonna say something.
No. Go ahead. Forget about it. Go ahead. Let's move on.
okay, all right, let's go to the hip hop. Let's talk about Jay-Z, y'all. So there's been an audio has been leaked today of Jay-Z Obscure has been alleged lying about what Jay-Z did to her, and also found that Tony Busby was trying to push her to lie about Jay-Z did the things that he did, um, that Jay-Z what she did to him and everything. So we do have the audio. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
said she was 13 when Sean Jay-Z Carter and Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards, is heard talking to private investigators about her claim and agreeing that Jay-Z did not assault her.
But Jay-Z you're saying he was definitely there? But he had no part in it, or he was just...
He was there. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with any sexual acts towards you. It was strictly, yeah.
The woman is also heard saying her lawyer put her up to suing one of the world's most recognizable stars.
He was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him. With Jay-Z. Busby did? Yeah.
Do you know why?
No.
ABC News exclusively obtained a minute-long excerpt of the recording made days after the woman, identified as Jane Doe, permanently dropped her lawsuit against both Carter and Combs last month.
People around Mr. Carter wanted to know what happened behind closed doors. And so they asked for her to be interviewed. The interview occurred, and the tape speaks for itself. She says, in no uncertain terms, Mr. Carter did not do this. It is effectively a lie. And the only reason Mr. Carter is even involved in this is because she was pushed to involve him, pushed to include him by a lawyer.
The accuser's lawyer, Tony Busby, called it a blatant lie that he pushed Jane Doe to sue Jay-Z, and he sent us this recording of a phone call with his client.
They say that they have you on tape denying that Jay-Z assaulted you. Is that true?
No. They don't. I've never said that.
Okay. They also say that you told them, and they have it on tape, that I, Tony Busby, told you to came up with this plan and told you to say that Jay-Z assaulted you so you would get more money.
No.
Jane Doe said in a court filing, although I ultimately chose not to pursue them, I stand by my claims. She says in a sworn declaration that she felt intimidated and terrified at being confronted by these two individuals on my doorstep. Was she coerced in any way?
Of course not. They did not coerce her, promise or threaten her in any way, shape, or form. She voluntarily met and spoke to them, and she told them her truth, which was, under no circumstances did Mr. Carter do this. And number two, the only reason he's even involved in this is she was pushed to introduce him by a lawyer.
Does your client know Jane Doe?
No.
Ever met her?
No, Mr. Carter doesn't know Jane Doe, never met Jane Doe. There's no truth to any of it.
This morning, the woman who said she was 13 when Sean Jay-Z Carter...
Well, there you have it. Audio was leaked, and find out it was all a lie. It's all a lie. Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take, man?
No, but according to reports that John Doe allegedly lied on him privately, private investigator, you already saw, but we saw that pretty much when it came to the aspect of the audio, the whole thing was made up. That was I knew Jay-Z would come out victorious. Now the situation when it comes to the aspect of P. Diddy, where the same thing happened to him as well. I told people Jay-Z has he got money, he got strong resources. He could get the power of attorney to really dig in, and they really digging into this case. And they lied about the whole thing. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be a strong lawsuit that's gonna be coming this summer. A lot of these lawyers gonna end up losing it. Well, he's not even able to practice in New York right now, so they're gonna end up losing their job and probably even deal with criminal charges. Go right ahead, I can't.
Let me tell you something. This is just Jay-Z. This is Puffy. This is many men who faces allegations across the United States, famous and non-famous. How many people you think just go up and shut up and just pay the lawsuit to get it? That's what Busby was hoping for. Most lawsuits don't even go to trial. Because you want to know something? It's just good to pay the money. It's less money to pay it and drag it out. Jay-Z got that kind of money. Okay, we'll fight it out. So I want women to think and say that we're not this. I say you should be mad at that girl because now we men are not going to take every allegation seriously. Because now we're thinking it's a money grab when we know real women are being assaulted out here. Think about it. Food for thought.
Absolutely, and we all know for Tony's body of building his cred with the Deshaun Watson's the alleged when he had like over 20 plus women sue went to him, so they sued Deshaun Watson, and they got a big settlement for that. I think all 20 plus women got a big settlement for Deshaun Watson and everything. He gave Tony Bussett a big cred of him. Okay, if I could get money from Deshaun Watson, which he had a big contract with the Cleveland Browns. You know what? Since Diddy, he's in the situation, and then we hear rumors of Jay-Z. You say, you know what? I think I could take those two down. It didn't happen. Now with this Tony Busby, you lost your cred on this, man. You definitely lost your cred because you trying to take down Diddy and Jay-Z, and then we found out audio leaks that you was trying to lie for your client. You lost cred, buddy. You lost cred. And the thing is about this will definitely kind of hurt that people will come to you because you try to check out the big boys and just to get some money, like you did, Hakeem said, because usually you get settlement, but there ain't no settlement when it comes to Jay-Z. Ain't no settlement. That's why you had to drop this case, because all this was a fabricated lie, buddy.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for being here. As you guys know, it is Panel Wednesday, so we give you guys the opportunity to come on the panel and join in as we deep dive to different variety of topics. That being said, go right ahead, Jordan. What's going on in trending news?
No problem. Let's talk about the main topic. So, as you guys know, that Stephen A. Smith and LeBron James is still trending. They still talk about it. And Stephen A. Smith was on Gil Arenas yesterday. And, everybody want to answer the questions or be real. It's like, how did you feel about LeBron coming to address you about his son? And miraculously, it wasn't about him, about his son. It was technically about LeBron James, how he's fathering his son, Bronny James. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the YouTube clip. I'll let you know. In the back check, I'll let you know when to stop.
Okay.
Man, through that situation.
I thought it was weak. I thought it was some bullshit. But in the moment, I knew that I was listening to a father. Here's what happened. I'm represented by William Morris Endeavor. The founder of William Morris Endeavor, Ari Emanuel, had courtside seats right next to the Lakers bench. He had Larry David with him, star of Curb Your Enthusiasm. I'm sitting with them. I get there in the first quarter. I'm sitting courtside, and I stand up, and then I got my head turned. And then I turned back around, and a lot of people thought this was the end of the game or something like that. This was in the third quarter. Apparently, LeBron had walked out of the timeout, and I turned around, and he's right here in my face. He said, yo, you got to stop talking shit about my son. You got to stop fucking with my son. That's my son. That's my son. And I was like, what? He said, nah, fuck that. I said, yo, let's talk later. He's like, fuck that. Nah, fuck that. You got to stop fucking with my son. And I said, all right, though. And he walked off. So I remember during a timeout in the first quarter, seeing Bronny. And Bronny looked over at me. And he had this sad look on his face. And I'm imagining Pop saw that shit. It hit him. And he couldn't hold it, and he rolled up on me. And so when I went on the air the next morning, first things first, believe it or not, I know this is shocking for people to believe, but I didn't have any intentions on talking about it until I woke up that morning and saw that the shit had gone viral. Once the shit had gone viral, the bosses at ESPN, now you gotta talk about it. This is you and him. You gotta talk about it. I said, fine. So I go on the air and I said, the first thing that I'm gonna do is establish that this was a father talking to me, not a player. And that was what threw me off. And I was glad, even though I thought that he misrepresented the argument, I was glad he did. Because you see, what he was really talking about, which was confirmed with his conversation with Richard Jefferson, is that I was talking about him as a father. And so what happens is that had he said that to me, then I wouldn't have been thrown off. I'd have came right back at him. Yes, I was. I was talking about you. You did this shit, which I'll get to in a second. But because he didn't do that, I said, fine, you let it go. Mind you, I just agreed to my contract. Courtside, that day was when it was announced. It's all over, everywhere.
We talked about it.
Right? Yeah. It's a nationally televised game. The cameras are rolling, and I'm like, if I do anything, this is gonna be a scene. Now, we can sit up here in front all we want to and act like we don't work for somebody. Damn it, I work for Walt Disney. And if I had gotten into some shit with him at courtside right there at that moment, no matter how right I would have been, it would have been wrong. And I was like, I'm not gonna do this. But once I saw the tape of him talking to Richard Jefferson Saturday night in Boston, that was when I got really pissed because that was confirmation. Now let's get to the father thing. And I'm so glad y'all asked me about this shit because all I would ask is that I've been around for 30 years. Tell me the parent that said they heard me talking about them. I've never done it. What happened was this man was the one that said, you want me, draft him. I'll come play anywhere he's at. It ain't even about the money. This man is the one who said he's better than some of the NBA players are right now when he was in high school. If you go back and look at the tape, back then I said, stop. You can't do this. If you do that shit, you're bringing more pressure on your son. LeBron, stop. I said it then. This is before he got drafted. Stop doing this. He goes to USC. He got the heart ailment. I'm like, thank God he's okay. He gonna be all right. But I'm not gonna go see him at USC, just like I didn't go see him at Sierra Canyon, because like I ain't see Melo's son. I heard your son is all world. I ain't see him. Your son, I never saw these guys until they came pro, because I know. No, it's not that. Okay. I know that because of who I am and what I've established for myself in this industry, if I walk into an arena, everybody is looking for me to critique that person. And I don't want to do that because they want to come up. I'm not covering college, I'm covering pro.
And they kids.
Huh? And they kids. Well, I'm saying that, but if I was a college reporter, then I would have had to, but I wasn't. So why am I going to be there? I didn't want to put that extra pressure. So I never went. I went on national television and announced to the world, I'm not going to see him. He goes to USC, I'm not going to see him. It's too much. It's too much. And then now he's got to overcome this heart ailment, so I can't judge him. But then they said, oh, he going pro. So then once you say he's going pro, okay, you're talking to the scouts and the evaluators and everybody else. Yo, man, this is them. He'll be lucky to be a second round pick. He'll be lucky, he ain't ready, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I ain't seen him, y'all. I haven't seen him. Then all of a sudden, Rich Paul and others at Clutch, and then the story headlines follow. Boston might be interested, Golden State might be interested, Phoenix might be interested, Clippers might be. You start hearing all of this, and you're like, this could be true, or this could be them wielding their magic to make it look such a way. I say nothing. He gets drafted by the Lakers, which everybody knew was gonna happen because, the skids were greased, and he gets drafted. I still say nothing. He goes into the pro. It's opening night. Now remember, most cats talk about the league. I cover it. What I mean by that is that you can give your opinion. You might not be on the phone with the commissioner. You might not be on the phone with the executive VP. You might not be on the phone with other people that work in these offices. I am. So because of that, I'm hearing all of this. Yeah, you know, we just gonna go along with it. Opening night, I'm talking about. Opening night, him, Bron. We just gonna go along with it. Or you hearing the Lakers are just going along with it. You're hearing this stuff. Now, I'm not saying they told me that, meaning the commissioner or Jeannie Buss, but I'm saying you're hearing that from those organizations. So I'm getting all of this. I still say nothing. I'm at crypto.com arena. I'm one of those cats standing up.
Yeah, so there you have it. So it was basically LeBron. I mean, it was basically like Stephen A. not really critiquing Bronny James, but it was more of critiquing of LeBron, how he's treating the son, of how's LeBron's being treated, how's LeBron being a father to his dad, and LeBron took it the wrong way. The Stephen A. thing about he's talking about how to father, talking about how LeBron is being thinking like he's a bad father by pushing him go to be drafted and everything. But other than that, Ronnie, what's your take?
No, but what I got from this whole situation, the executive was all a part of the whole stem of him putting it online, because I knew Stephen A. Smith got tired of talking about this over and over and over again. But when his situation went viral, the executive told him to talk about it on ESPN, and that's why the story today still continues. The man is doing his job. I don't understand why people are upset about him critiquing his son. He has the right to do it because that's his job. He's supposed to give people the news when it comes to the aspect of athletes. If the athlete's not performing, he gotta let you know. They do the same thing to Brian. They did the same thing to Brian Prescott. They did to Dak Prescott. They did the same thing when it comes to Brock Purdy. They do it to everybody in the league. And I'm talking about the football league, but even in the basketball, they talk about Zion. Remember, his weight was out of control. That's their job. They're supposed to do that. And you, as a father, I understand you want to be protective of your son, but it makes you look weak as a man. No, you want to tell your son, take this criticism, take the good, and also the bad, but use the good for your own benefit to build yourself as an athlete, and don't focus on the negative side of it. And that's why Bronny James is looking sad, because his dad's taking away his masculinity as a man. I'm just being honest. Go right ahead, I can.
I can't disagree with Stephen A. Smith. He spoke eloquently about it. I do think that, Ron, I'm gonna have to agree with you, taking his masculinity, but there's a lot of pressure on this man to walk in your father's shoe instead of allowing him just being him and allowing him to just mess up and find his own way. And this is just it's not good work though. You know what I mean? I understand you trying to put your son up there, but he has to have the talent.
Yeah, and this is my first time speaking about it. So LeBron, you I'm sorry, this is LeBron. He's hard-headed, and he was emotional going to Stephen A. like that, which he should never did that, because once I sent it to you guys and I saw that, I already knew that was gonna go viral, and it's gonna go very, very viral. And then now really hear what Stephen A. in the altercation, what LeBron was saying and everything. Now LeBron is like, you should have took that emotional move and go to Stephen A. and say, stop acting with my son, all that type of things. Now you did that. This has been going viral. This is gonna go viral almost a week now. And to me, LeBron, if he had a problem, Stephen A. said, you could have called me, whatever. We could talk to the back. We can address it, whatever. If you didn't like what I said, okay, fine. But when you go to a man like that and try to, see that you're a bigger man and be emotional with it, LeBron, it don't make you look strong, man. I know you're a billionaire. I know you got millions of dollars, Joe, but that's not the right approach, because usually LeBron don't take a approach like that. And my thing is, it's like, why would you do it to a black man? Would you do that to Skip Bayless like that? Because Skip Bayless has been, critiquing hard to you for years. Boy, you want to do it to Stephen A. And Stephen A., when I heard Stephen A. commentary about LeBron James the last few months, he was just talking about his play. He wasn't talking about you, LeBron James. But LeBron took it the other way. He got emotional, and that's why he went on Stephen A. So LeBron, man, you got to take this L, because you going off on Stephen A. like that, and it went viral like that, it makes you look bad. I know that's your son and everything, but people's gonna talk about you. You're in La La Land, and your son don't play well. He's gonna get critiqued hard. We never see no NBA player with being a son like that. No, not we didn't see Carmelo doing it, Kenyon Martin, or any other players they have their son playing right now or in the past, anything like that. But LeBron think, I'm a billionaire, I'm one of the best players in the world. I could do this because I'm LeBron James. No, man, it don't work like that. If your son don't play well, he gonna get critique hard. That's how media works. Period.
Yep. And as fathers out there that do have kids, don't, especially boys, don't masquerade your son like that, because that is a bad parenting skill. He's doing what a woman's supposed to be doing. LeBron James took on that role, and it's like, no, your son, take this criticism, sit down, take this criticism, and take the good and also the bad too as
And I
well.
want to say one more thing, Ronnie. If your wife was doing that, fine. That one.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But not you, LeBron. Not you. It makes you. I'm with you, right? It makes him look weak.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan that's also in the building. And also A-Dub. Thank you, A-Dub. Big Dog is also in the building. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really do greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, Jordan, and move along to other trending news.
All right. Oh, get this, y'all. So, former In Vogue member Dawn Robertson reveals that she has been homeless and has been living in her car for the past 3 years. Don't take my word for it. She went viral on this. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. I've been living in my car. Oh my gosh. If you remember, if you guys were with me, in 2020, I did like 105,000 interviews. And in the interim, I was living with my parents in Vegas. And that was wonderful until it wasn't. I love my mom, but she became very angry. And a lot of her anger she was taking out on me, and I was her target all the time. And I was like, I can't deal with this. Like, I respect her too much. Let me get out of here. And I was sleeping in my car for maybe about a month in Vegas. And then the guy that was co-managing me at the time was living in LA, and he said, you need to come back to LA. Okay. And he said that I could stay with him. And so I was like, okay. He's like, I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make room for you. And then when I got to his place, he actually didn't have room for me. So it turned into, okay, well, I'm going to put you in a hotel for the night. And that one night turned into 8 months. Oh my God, you guys. Because every apartment that I looked at, every single time I looked at a place, I would call him and I'm like, okay, can you meet me here? I would tell him ahead of time, of course. And then he wouldn't meet me there. And so I would take video and send it to him. And he's like, no, oh my God, this neighborhood, I hate it. And I felt like he was playing games, and I knew he was playing games, and I wasn't the one. I'm like, come on, I'm trying to make this easier on you because financially, I know it's got to be hard. You're paying your rent and you're paying my hotel. His apartment was $1,700 a month. And then my hotel was over $3,000. Yep. So, and I was always stressed every week because he would pay weekly for the hotel. So every week I was like, oh my God, can you afford it? Are you okay? And he's like, no, I can't, but I'm getting it together. What? You're the one who said to go to the hotel, and you're not approving any of the apartments. Like, it would be so much cheaper to just get me into an apartment. Like, what's the problem? You guys, for the past almost 3.
Yeah, man. I don't know why celebrities, when they get homeless, they just don't get a job. But hey, I don't know. Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
The reason why they don't get a job is they feel like they're entitled to the whole world that was given to them prior to that. But it's sad to say that this was happening in America. There's a lot of women today are becoming homeless. More women are becoming homeless, and because of the aspect of lack of resources, because when they have the money right there and presented in front of them, they go ahead and spend it. They don't understand the aspect of investing, making sure you save your money the correct way, so you won't end up losing the way they're doing. But there's a lot of women becoming homeless now. The male population, we already talked about the male population. We like number one on the board when it comes to the aspect of homelessness. But now you're starting to see more and more women becoming homeless to the aspect that they stand in the car, like this lovely lady right there. So He got to get it together, folks. We got to get it together. Go right ahead, I can't.
So I want people to preference this. She used to be with En Vogue. Mind you, this is from the 90s, 97. She's almost 60. She's 58 right now. En Vogue sold 11 million records. She got kicked out the group due to contract issues and money issues. Every record label, every artist go through that. She put out a solo album in 2001 called Dawn. From 97 up until this point, she was married once, has no kids. My thinking cap is, why didn't you buy a house? Why didn't you invest your money? Even if it was little. And you're back living at your parents at 58. No shame, no shade point intended. A lot of us live with our parents. But the point of the fact is, I'm going to go with what Jordan say. It's time to go get a job. Nobody's checking for a 58-year-old singer. Go ahead.
I remember with the podcast of Kevin saying that, you know, winter is coming, but hell, winter is here, y'all. Ronnie, you right. A whole bunch of women are getting homeless. And to see John Robertson, go online and reveal that, she's been living in her car the past 3 years. Ma'am, get a job. If I'm her, I would call, what's his name, the former Cosby Show cast member Gregory Owens. He was working at Trader Joe's. Call him up. Maybe he'll get you a job at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a good company, ma'am. I don't want to, like I said, I know it's hard right now, but ma'am, get a job. I know I hear this a lot on TikTok that a lot of women are getting homeless and everything, but ma'am, get a job, get to work so you get your place together. I know that you have been some rough times, the past years, but get a job, ma'am. I'm saying this to you. Get a job. Please get a job.
Why get a job when you know you live in a society today where they know that man's gonna come and save you? That's why a lot of women are not getting a job, because they think in their mind, man is gonna come and save you. The man aspect is the government or certain resources, GoFundMe.
Or how about get it with the man and y'all live with each other? That too.
Yeah, you can do that too. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody right now watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. We got over 30 people watching us right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Shout out to Care504. That's also in the building. Go ahead, Jordan. Continue.
All right, let's talk about Rosie O'Donnell. So Rosie O'Donnell is not living in America. She says she has moved to Ireland. Why she moved to Ireland? Because she wants to escape Trump's America. She wants to escape. Go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, chop it up.
Figure living a more private life as you get older. This is sort of the journey that you take. I'm happy. Clay is happy. I miss my other kids. I miss my friends. I miss many things about life there at home. And I'm trying to find a home here in this beautiful country. And when, it is safe for all citizens to have equal rights there in America, that's when we will consider coming back. It's been heartbreaking to see what's happening politically, and hard for me personally as well. The personal is political, as we all know. So I've met a bunch of people. Everyone's been friendly. I have a wonderful friend. When you're a public figure, living a more private life as you get older. This is sort of the journey.
Give you some key some background. Rosie O'Donnell has never been before Donald Trump was president. Rosie O'Donnell was never a fan of Trump, ever a fan of Trump. I just want to let that be known. Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
Yeah, Rosie O'Donnell was never a fan of Trump, so that's another reason why she live in America. But let's be honest, a lot of people are leaving America in general because they say they don't like how America is run as a country. And now that when it comes to the aspect of resources, people are going to they moving to Colombia, they moving to Thailand, they moving to all these Jamaica. They going to all these foreign land, and not only that because they're when it comes to aspect of taxes, they don't have to pay taxes when it comes to certain things. When it comes to housing, cars, and all these other things like Americans have to pay. So people are dissatisfied with the country. If you're dissatisfied with the country, by all means go. But don't talk negative about the country if you don't want to be here. Just go. Go right ahead, King.
Y'all might not like what I'm about to say. She talked like an elitist. When she talking about, I hope with equal rights, that would never happen. The world is about exploiting people. And America can't move if we don't exploit people here. Immigrants get exploited, blacks, women. This is what it's all about. And then you move to Ireland, the UK got their foot on their necks. Go talk to the NRA, the national, they're trying to be free. But London got their foot on their necks. You could come there because you're rich. So you really don't know nothing about equal rights or anything. You're an elitist. You've lived comfortable. You don't know what it feels like to eat food stamps and government cheese and Spam. So I'm happy you say that. Stay in London. Stay in a nice apartment and stuff like that. I want to stay in the war zone. The whole game is to learn how not to be exploited.
Yeah, absolutely, I can, man. You make sense about her. She has the money to do it. And the thing is, people that kind of move out of the countries, either they save money or, they retire in their 40s and 50s and they want to, get out the country, see something new and everything. I get all that. But for her, man, yeah, man, it's like you don't like your life's going on politically, My thing is, man, you was here his first term, wasn't you? Because I was like the first time. I don't remember you moving out. Mm-hmm. Why are you moving out the second term this time? What's the difference? I mean, and we kind of knew that, when the election came, we knew we kind of figured he was going to win because Kamala did a terrible job. So, but Rosie, if you're gonna stay there, stay there. I mean, don't just come back when 4 years later he's gone. Just stay there, man. That's all you got to do. But yeah, all that talking about, all that stuff you're talking about, I don't want to hear it. That's, you rich man, you could do all those type of things. But I know you don't like Trump and everything, but if you want to stay, and find out later on. But you don't have to come in now to say, hey, I moved out because of Trump. We don't care about that.
Yeah, the same thing. People was moving out because of the aspect of Biden. That's how they always do it. But to me, you want to leave, just go. Nobody holding you down here. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, so one of Nick Cannon's baby mamas, Bree, she opens up about her relationship with Nick Cannon and how the family dynamics is run of Nick Cannon having multiple kids with multiple baby mothers. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Genuinely curious about non-monogamy.
Okay.
Is because I'm in a monogamous marriage. Mm-hmm. And I think, okay, in order for non-monogamy to work, there needs to be a high level of communication.
Yes.
A high level. So did you communicate early on, like, okay, here's what our relationship is going to look like?
Yes and no. It's more of like, I'm not going to ever be able to give you the white picket fence, but this is what I'm willing to do. This is what's going to make you happy. Like, I can always communicate with him and tell him, I want more time. I want this. I want to go here. I want to do this. Like, and he's like, okay. It's literally that simple. So I don't think that we necessarily set any sort of like structure per se around how we were going to move. But I would like to think in our entire relationship, we've really been very thoughtful of each other and how we move and what we do. And really try not.
This is me genuinely curious about non-monogamy.
Okay. Cause any issues, but I mean, again, relationships have ups and downs, and when there's other people involved,
and there are other people involved.
Yeah.
So are you then aware of other partners before the other partner?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I'm not like checking your following and seeing where you're going and asking who this girl is and all of that stuff. I'm kind of like I see this. Is this a situation? Like, what are we doing here? And that's if I even choose to bring it up, honestly. But he's been decent about, like, you know, obviously I know the kids are coming. I know all those things, but I really try to just mind my own, because it's not something that truly bothers me. So why am I spending my energy and my time talking about it and asking you questions about it and making this whole thing up if I don't really care? Cause any issues? But I mean, again, relationships have ups and downs, and when there's other...
Is there any level of jealousy?
I think I've gotten jealous about, like, maybe, I'm trying to think, maybe like holidays. Holidays are hard, right? I'd be like, okay, well, if you're going to do this, can you take Leggy? You know, and it's not for me. I'm not jealous. Say they go on a trip and I'm like, well, that would have been nice. Couldn't you have just brought Leggy with you guys? Like, you know, I'm looking more out for him per se. And I just really, because I care and I want him to have the relationship with his siblings. And I know at some point Nick will be able to take the kids and do what he wants to do with just the kids and make it more of like a family unit. They're just young right now, so they don't really interact as much. But I think that's the only thing that I'm like, I just want to make sure that I'm keeping the door open and that everyone involved is happy, and so our kids can have a relationship. Because you don't have to like me, we don't have to have a relationship, I don't need to at all, but I want you to know that I genuinely...
Is there any level of jealousy? Are all the ladies, or all the women, are they all cordial? Do they all get along?
I think we need to.
And I was thinking, so there's five. So Nick has children with five women, right?
Yeah.
5 different women. So is there a conversation? Is there...
I've been cool with majority of the women. I mean, obviously there's emotions involved and I can't help how other people feel, but like, if I'm invited, if you are okay with me being around, like, I will happily bring Legendary. I will come and say hi, I will drop a gift, I will leave him, and I will come back. Like, I don't need to like stay and ruin your time. Like, you guys all be together, but I want to make it as easy and as pleasant as possible so that you don't feel uncomfortable with your child around me or around my home and with my kid, you know? So that's my main thing, where I'm like, I don't want it to either be where other people have more children, he feels like, well, I have to do this here and I can't do this here. Like, I want to make it as easy as possible for the kids.
Are all the ladies, or all the women...
I want y'all to look at this. Mariah got Monroe and Macaron. That girl we just seen, she got Legendary Love. She only has one. Abby De La Rosa, she has 3. Zion, Zillion, and Beautiful. Brittany Bell, Golden Saigon, Powerful, and Rise, and Letitia Cole, Onyx Ice Cold.
That's how it is when you want to build a family tree. So that's what he did.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, that's her side of the story. You know, I mean, we probably want to hear the other women's side of the story, especially Mariah Carey. We want to hear it, but I wonder. Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
Nah, Mariah Carey, she's not gonna speak on when the aspect coming to Nick Cannon, because their relationship, I think, is kind of rocky. So that's why they choose not to speak on it. But everything else, seems like all his women are on the same page. They don't really speak ill about the guy. It kind of shows you that he is all in their kid's life. I know a lot of people had scrutiny about that, like, oh, he have all these different women, he have all these different. But if you know how to manage well and have time for each and every one of them, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that. I'm not gonna lie, especially in this generation. And Nick Cannon's a workhorse. He works. So for him to still be able to spend time and not only that, to make sure all his women are on the same page, it's really, really cool. Not every guy can do that. It takes a lot of management skills to do that. Go right ahead, King.
I love this for them. I'm so
that's
happy.
a family tree.
I'm so happy that they signed up for this. But let's not forget, she was the girl that said that I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than in a Honda. Allegedly. When you sign up for dumb games, you get dumb results. Ladies, a rich man is not going to be a good father. You have a part-time dad. When you start to judge things based on finance and material possessions, you played yourself.
For me, I'm just want to know when the kids get older and then they see what's going on, and then Nick Cannon and the baby mama's going to have a conversation about, hey, Daddy, why did you do this? Why you do that? Mom, why was you a part of this? And why was you a part of that? I'm just waiting on that. And hopefully in the next maybe 10, 15 years where they get in their teens, 18, 19, 20, and who knows how the internet's going to be, we don't know. Streaming might be on a different level. Maybe one of the kids might be streaming and everything. Maybe they do a TV show. We don't know. But when it comes to the kids, when they get older, the kids gonna let them know. Go let the parents know, especially Nick Cannon, about how they makes them feel and ask questions. Why would you do this? Or it could work. We don't know, but we're gonna find out when the kids get older.
Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it. Won't go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. Last topic on today's show. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, I want to get to this one because this is very trending. So let's talk about Jess Hilarious. So Jess Hilarious, she went into Shaquille O'Neal's house, and she's saying she's living like Neo with 4 white women. Now, Shaq came back and saw it, and he put a post, damn, Jess. So she's talking about somebody's business you need to be talking to. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Random observation. I'm at Shaq house yesterday, right?
Yo!
And, this man is living like Neo. He got 4 white big booties in there. Like, one is in the kitchen cleaning, the other one is in the basement.
Shaq,
4.
Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know another Shaq.
Right.
But yes.
He be down in Atlanta.
Guess what, Jeff?
Yeah, he got a house in Atlanta.
He got 4 wives?
4 white women.
Does Shaq want you to say this?
Yes. You'll never get invited to this house.
I don't give a hot goddamn.
What happened at the house yesterday that makes you never want to go back there again that you told the story?
No. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go back or not. But man, when I seen 2 of them was bad. The other ones they were getting there. But I couldn't believe
getting there.
4 white women. No, I mean the other 2 of them was like beautiful, bad. I'm like, okay. Quick random observation. I'm at Shaq. All right, Shaq, I see what you're doing. Then I seen the other 2 come out the back, and I was like, oh, all right, they getting there. They need a little bit more work.
Mm-hmm. Why you ain't DM Dr. Umar and report this?
Because Dr. Umar got something of his own that he going on right now. He going through right now. So I chose to leave that brother alone. But man, I could not believe it.
Did they cook for you?
Yeah. His Shaq. I mean, his chef definitely whipped up something for me. But no, not the women. No, they were cleaning. One was massaging him. She ain't care about his feet. Like she was massaging them. Then he got the big bed. The bed looked like an aquarium, like a big. It's crazy.
Send Snow Bunny busters to Shaq house.
I'm serious. Now I might not be. Now that you said that, I might not be invited back. Man.
Invited back.
All right, Shaq, I see what you're doing. Then I seen the other 2 come out the back, and I was like, oh, all right.
So I want to say this. So Jess Hilarious has been hot water last week because she's was talking about the black child who was at the State of the Union because he had brain surgery, and she was talking about the black boy, and everybody was criticizing her. And now she's doing this, talk about somebody else's business, and it's not looking good for her on the show on the Breakfast Club. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
She being messy because stuff like that. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to share that with the world, and I don't think Shaq want people to know that with the world as well because that's his own personal business. Now, if you and him had a conversation, he said, "Go ahead, you could talk about it," but you're not supposed to oh, I went to Shaq house and this what happened. This is why you gotta sign forms when people go to these celebrities' houses. I don't know why Shaq didn't have her sign a form. I think he didn't think she was like that. But you can't really trust whoever come into the welcome of your own, because people do talk, and there's a prime example people do talk. But man, I know Shaq is like not too happy about that one at all because I actually went viral. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
I'm gonna tell you something. I feel disrespected. I love Shaq. Shaq can't do no wrong. The man minds his business. The man takes care of his kids. For you to go on national television, worldwide news to say that, it's disgusting. It's despicable. I don't know if it's a Baltimore thing for you to be telling business. I don't know. I don't really. That's not fun. That's not being funny. I don't like that. That's not something. Shaq is one person you should not mention anything about. He's not to be touched. The man do so much good. The man done giving out so much money. The man take care of his family. When his son Sharif was sick, he was by that man bedside every day. So who cares if he's with a snow bunny? Give a F. That's his business. She needs to mind her business in Breakfast Club. I don't know what y'all running over there. Now it's getting a little bit sloppy.
Yeah, man. And like I said before, Jess Larry is in hot water right now, with what happened last week and she's doing this week. And I think what Jess Larry was thinking a lot, she's trying to do something to bring to the show, because if you guys don't know, the other chick was on the show. She's killing it. She's killing it right now. And a lot of people is liking her. And there's sometimes you can see that, when there's like some type of argument or something like that, you can see, Jess is not happy with the girl on there and everything. And then also a couple of days ago, there was an interview with Wendy Williams. I think it was Lori, somebody like that. There was a video of her, not being interested in the interview, and she was on her Instagram and things like that. But yeah, something's going on in the Breakfast Club. I agree with you, King. Especially with Jess Hilarious. I don't know that she's gonna lose her job. Her job is on the line with the chicks there and everything. Because when she first dropped the guys, she was doing good, but now she's doing this and everything, and it's not looking good for the show. So, what's going to happen to Jess Hilarious right now? We don't know, because a lot of people say she's not going to make it for a new contract, and it's not looking good right now for Jess Hilarious. But we're gonna see. But she was wrong for doing that. I didn't like that. That was messy, very messy.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. So that being said, guys, make sure on your way out, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side, because tomorrow we are doing a listening party. You do not want to miss that. Tomorrow we're doing a listening party of not Hakeem, Broadway Fat. That's gonna be really, really dope. So you guys do not want to miss that. So make sure your notification is on. Shout out to everybody who was watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to Y High that was also in the building, the lovely Bobby Bryant. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to A Dub that was also in the building. Shout out to Hassan. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Ivy Wody also for being here. Shout out to all the 30 people what's watching us today. We really do greatly appreciate it. Shout out to the Rumble family, the Facebook family, and also the X family. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in on this panel Wednesday. Guys, make sure you go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio store. It's also pinned on top of the chat. In the KL Culture Radio store where you find the KL Culture Radio hat, the coffee mug, the t-shirt, the sweater, you name it. Everything you need is in the KL Culture Radio store. And also we have new gears that are about to get ready to drop. So be on the lookout for that. I also go to KL Culture Radio Community tab. In the Community tab where you could go and get Prince Hakeem book, Black Love, and also important announcement, and also that the copy of our King's album that's getting ready to drop March 14th, but also March 13th. Tomorrow will be the listening party. So I can't stress that enough. So guys, make sure you guys are here. Make sure it's going to be a lot of fun. The listening part. I think the first 30 minutes we're gonna play the track all the way through, and the next 30 minutes that's when we're gonna interview Hakeem and have some questions about me and Jordan's gonna have some questions about the ideas, what came through his mind. It's gonna be really, really dope. So guys, you do not want to miss that. And also we got an exclusive interview that's getting ready to come soon. So guys, be on the lookout for that. Apologies on the person rescheduled. So guys, the video won't drop today, but when we interview the person, we will let you guys know. And also shout out to Cal 504 that was also in the building. Thank you so much, big dog, for tuning in. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Cal Culture Radio Panel Wednesday.